baseball now on the show as we give you a look inside Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago White Sox. Alongside Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and guys, the White Sox have played well in the series so far, winning the first two in this three-game set.
No doubt they will be absolutely focused. You want to steal a sweep from your rivals any chance you can. And I got to be honest, this is probably bigger for the fans than the players playing in this one. Huge bragging rights at stake.
Carlos Rodon will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Matty V, a little bit of a mixed bag with this guy. An ERA of over 4 in his last 3 starts. He's either been really good or really bad, and recently he's been more bad than good. It'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around and pitch better in this one here today.
That brings in Tommy Edman as we take a look at the splits between April and May.
Tommy Edman.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And that swung on and missed for strike one. Fellas, these White Sox, as they enter play today, 4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Oh, yeah, Matty boy, it's time right here, D-Row, to start getting greedy. You win the first 2 of a 3-game set at home. It's time to get greedy and go for the sweep.
Yeah, you got to take care of business in front of your home fans. Without question, that's exactly what this team's doing.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Stepping in now, Justin Turner. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 1 home run and 7 driven in. Here's a high pop-up. Vaughn is there. And that's the second out of the inning.
Batting third.
Now a chance to look at the starting 9 for the visiting St. Louis Cardinals. Mark DeRosa, what's the key in avoiding the sweep?
Yeah, this lineup's got to go about it a little bit differently, Matty. They're not going to drive the ball out of the ballpark. They're in the bottom third in slugging percentage in the league. But they can string some hits together, manufacture some runs, create some problems on the base pass, being aggressive, and try and attack you that way. Be on the lookout for that.
First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull a trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
That gets down, and the inning will continue. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
That's a pitch he'll look back on and relive tonight when he's lying in bed. A pitch away from posting a 0 in the first, and he makes a big mistake, and he pays the price. So now he's got to work on leaving him out there at second base.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt now, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1.
Have to find a way to get that guy home from second now. Never know how important these early runs can be.
Slider finds the zone for a strike.
Hey, I know we're only in the top of the first, but back-breaking blows are those 2 out, runners in scoring position knocks, and they have a chance to capitalize right here.
Boy, D-Row, you touched it on it right there. I think as a pitcher, you try to get through that first inning and not have to show all of your pitches and empty out the bucket. That 2-out double right now, he's going to have to buckle down to try to keep this game scoreless.
A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. 2-out double left stranded. It's on to the bottom of the first. No score on the show. Carlos Martinez starts the game on the mound for the third and final game of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, hitters have had their way with this guy this year. This is a stat any pitcher doesn't want to have attached to him. The league hitting over 300. That's righties and lefties hitting over 300 against this guy. That's something he's going to drastically have to improve on.
The batter will be Danny Mendick. He'll lead things off here in the
い
bottom
や
half of the
ー、
first.
メジャーが
As he lays off a
楽しみで
fastball
すね。
too low for ball one.
うん。
Dan Dero, we take a look at this Cardinals ball club as they enter play this afternoon. They come in the midst of a stretch where they've dropped 6 of their last 9.
Yeah, Matt, things haven't gone too well so far in this series, Dero. They're looking to avoid the sweep here in this one.
Yeah, they got to get off
オ
in
ー
the
プン
early
戦じゃ
innings.
ないんですけ
It's
ど
going
ね、
to be
これ。
monumental if they can
公
push a
式
few
戦
runs
なんです
across
け
to
ど。
give this pitcher a chance to relax. The offensive game plan today is certainly to
49
see the
試合目
ball
です
up.
よ。
This guy is known on the mound for sinker changeup combination. He's going to try and establish down the
ね
zone
よっしゃ。
to get swing and a miss or ground balls consistently. You have to find something above the belt to get loose on.
Well, Dero, you have to love that if you're a hitter. You get ahead in the count, too. No, you get a fastball right down the middle, and he sure knew what to do with it.
Are you
まあ、
kidding
ま
me?
たね、ちょっとメンバーを入れ替えましたね。
2-0, 3-1, 1-0 to buy yourself that
うん。
fastball middle cut, and he didn't miss it.
In now is
まあ、
Adam
コ
Eaton.
ロナで
Unable to find the
つ
zone
いて
with
る
the
方がいい
slider.
かもしれないです。
And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
Well, I'll tell you, he doesn't look very comfortable on this mound right now. This mound isn't the same one that he pitches
昔
at
の
at
川
home.
崎
I know
球
they
場
all look the same, but they're not all the same.
The 2-0 on the way.
これまたボール。
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to
まあ、
have the
4
mentality
月
that you're
1
only
日
a
からね、
strike and or
メジャ
ground
ーも
ball double play
プレイで
away
きる
from
ん
getting
で、
back on track.
多分また昼の1時と思いますけどね。パッケージがでも4月1日でも買えるらしいんですけど、いやそれ買ってきてすぐできんのかって言っても怪しいですよね。意外と13時まであかんとかっていうなんか決まりがあったりするかもしれないですね。まあパッケージの場合アニメのなんかねパッケージデザインですので、MVP エディションっていうあれは多分店頭で予約やるんちゃいますかね。まあ、パッケージが欲しい人は予約した方がいいでしょうね。よっしゃ。
And this is going to get down for extra bases as that'll get one, if not both of them home. He's in at second safely as they jump ahead.
多分やってると思うんですけどね。早速タイムリーで。まあ、とりあえず自分はもうデジタル版を買いますわ。MVP エディション。あんまりね、パッケージとかこだわりはないんで。
Umpires calling balls and strikes in this one, Mr. James Kingsley.
Hey, Dero, James Kingsley's a pretty good umpire. He doesn't get too excited, keeps things under emotions. He's a pretty good ball and strike umpire.
よっしゃ、落ちるかな。
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. In to score, the runner from third.
ああ、まあ、ね、当たるか当たらんかわからんすけど、まあ 1% でも上がりますからね。まあ5番でやれたら一番いいですけどね。ああ、でもグランツーの映像すごいですね。ほんまのリアル車ゲーというか、とことん作り込んでますもんね。
Pretty good spot to be in as a pitcher right now. You can go for the punch out or try and induce the ground ball to get a double play.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
Boy, he sped him up in this at bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at bat.
あれはすごいですわ。なんか懐かしさもありながら、かつね、最新のグラフィックで楽しめるっていう。いや、あれはもう間違いなく買いですね。ああ、これはか。あれはでも結構買う人おるんちゃいますかね。まあ4でも出るしね。音楽もなんか懐かしかったですね。
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. Two great takes, and he's almost daring to pitch and just go ahead and
結構売れるような気はしますけどね。あれを見た人ならやりたいって思うと思うんですけど。
Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
まあ5持ってたらね、5番買えるから一番いいんですけどね。なかなか買いたくても買われへん人がおるから、なかなかね。
So they pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no one left. Second inning upcoming here on the south side. It's the White Sox 3 and the Cardinals nothing. So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder Paul DeYoung. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. First pitch on its way. Today's contest is, of course, the finale of the series, and the home side has dominated so far. They've got the opportunity to complete the sweep or the win in this one.
These teams don't match up all that often, but due to interleague, they get a chance to play this season, and it's really difficult to sweep a team in a 3-game series when you don't play that team all that often.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, digging for 2. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Everyone knows that this guy's
いやー、まあでもスイッチもね、出るから、どのぐらいのグラフィックかわからんすけど。それでもスイッチでできるっていうのがまたいいっすよね。任天堂ガッポガッポ。あれもね、デジタルデラックスエディション買ったら1日からできますからね。
And he misses with 1-1, and it certainly helps when you're throwing your ace on the mound in the series finale. Can't ask for much more than that.
One of the keys when you show up to the ballpark and you're going for a sweep, you look at that lineup card, you see your ace pitcher is on the mound. You have to feel awfully good about your chances to complete the sweep.
And they're off to a good start today.
やっぱ寝転がってメジャーができるっていうのはなんかいいですね。
But when you're going for the sweep and you have a nice lead like they do early on here, things are looking awfully good for the sweep department.
Vaughn battles the sun a bit, but has it for out number 1.
All right, guys, here's the defensive alignment for the Chicago White Sox. And guys, one thing I want you to focus on today when you look at this team on the defensive side of the ball, they're in the top 5 in fielding percentage. They go about their business.
あとはいずれ PC に出るでしょうね。そこまでいったらもうますます売り上げアップでしょ。あっちの方も結局スイッチ止まりですからね。5で出すんやったらあれですけど、なんかそんな気配もないですよね。こっそり開発してるのか、 また何年後かに出すのかわからんですね。まあその点 MLB はね、毎年出してくれるからありがたいですね。
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Now, this ball is crushed. Look at it go.
あちゃー。
So a two-run shot to left center. 7 home runs for him on the year now. And the Cardinals are back within a run. It's now a 3-2 game.
I know hindsight's 2020, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget.
まあそっちの方が稼げるっていうのがあるのか。
We'll see if he learns from that mistake.
意外と忘れた頃に5で出しますとかいう話も出てくるかもしれないですね。ほんまに忘れた頃に。ああ、プロスピとかあったなとか言って。
It's a great take right there. Great pitch recognition to let that one go. Opposite-handed, that's coming across the plate. You might think you got a shot to stay inside that one.
Hit in the air down the right field line, but this is just going to wind up being
まあ、あとはRBI ベースボールですよね。あれも多分出ると思うんですけどね。ファミスタメジャー。
But the Cards do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run dinger. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the White Sox 3 and the Cardinals 2.
ああ、毎度です、肉でもさ。ニャークさんが配信やってる。デドバやってんちゃうんすか。みんな急げ。最近全然絡んでないですね。PS4 版出したら4年かかりました。あっちゃ。あ、エーペックスやってんすか。A じゃなくて B ペックス。203もスイッチに移行してますよね。まあ、結構みんなスイッチ行ってますよね。アランさんもずっと言ってますから、オワコンのスイッチといえばオワコンの B ペックスやろ。あちゃー。アランさんもずっともう YouTube 行ってないですからね。全部ツイッチやから。今日久しぶりに CG やってましたけど。がっつり FF ハマってはるからね。あちゃー。鈴木さんね、スイッチのアプリ持ってないから、こっちで見かけることはないんですけど、アランさんも最近見えへんなって言ってましたから、ね、アプリ持ってないんですよ。
So now into the box is Luis Robert. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. He's set and the pitch.
Well, this second inning is not starting out any better than the first was. He just might not have it in this one.
ニクデコさんは CG 全くノープレイなんですか。こうたけど未開封状態とかですか。ノーアプリそうなんですよ。あ、インストールしてるんですか。今度やらないですか。
Too tight with that one.
検査も持ってるんでね。
Great game plan so far by this offense. They're not chasing any of those breaking balls out of the zone.
And he fouls this one off.
誰からも誘いが来ないからやってない。あっちゃ。あっちゃ。よっしゃ、いった。いただきました。どっかタイミングが合うときにやらないですか。
So a two-run shot to left center, number 11 for him on the season, and just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
まあソロでもできるんですけど、なかなかねあれソロやと死ぬ率高いですよやっぱ。そのまままたエビフライになってますね。
Unless you're the guy standing on the mound wondering what just happened.
The batter will be Nick Madrigal. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to
ヤフー学園でヤフーの評判を地に落とすのがああえらいハマってますね。
The windup and the 0-1.
That's the ball.
よっしゃ。打線が好調ですな。あら、飛び出してきた。ヒゲコーチが。明日こそはクックや。ああ、いけてないですか。明日金曜日やから空いてますよね。あーっと最悪のダブルプレー。今のアウトや。見事にダブルプレー。クックも土曜日が休みですからね。
First pitch of the AB on its way. He'll chase one up around the letters here for strike
マリオ登場。マリオコーチ。うわ、なんか変な取り方。取られたけどまた取り返すという。
We've played two. It's now 5-2 Chicago. Digging in will be Tommy Edman as we are all set to begin the third inning in this one.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game. Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Robert is there and he has it for the first out.
お断りの店。洋食屋クック。あちゃ。
Now at the plate is Justin Turner. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way.
まあオリンピックも開幕してるみたいですね。明日なんか開会式あるとか言ってましたけど、ようやってますよね。こんだけ感染増えてんのに。
Two balls and a strike. Now the 2-1.
コロナンピック。
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's
あれも去年オリンピックやってんのに、また今年やるんやとか言って。 あれまた別らしいですね。開催中の死者を目指す。あちゃ。冬季五輪とかいうらしいですね、あれ。三塁行きよ。なぜ延期しないんだ。そのままやってますからね。すごいですね。あれはあれでまた別なんですね。この寒い時にやるっていう。
Gotta sit middle when a guy's trying to pitch around you. If he's going to give you first base, take it.
And that one misses badly. It's ball two.
西成の人間だけ。4年に1回のになんで2年連続やってるんやとか言ってしてましたけどね。まあ確かに4年に1回ですけど。ああ、取れた。西成の100円のお好み焼きもうまそうですね。でもこのピッチャーもやっぱよう打たれますな。そういうことなんですか。夏と冬を両方やるっていう。やたら打たれますね。やっぱり上げたのが失敗でしたかね。前も一回上げてて落として久しぶりに上げたんですけど、なんかもう一つ抑えれないですね。儲からんかった。まあリアルのメジャーもね、なんか開幕が遅れるかもしれんとか言われてますけどね。赤字オリンピック。選手会とオーナーの話し合いが収まらんですね、あれ。あんなにまだ揉めるとは。もうそろそろ行くんちゃうか思ったけど、まだに決着つかへんという。赤字メジャー。
So now to the plate, Tyler O'Neill, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. He popped out in his first trip. Awfully close to the slugger there, but it's 1-1.
大谷パッケージするから。要はあれでも発売日決まったら思いましたよ。あれの影響を受ける思ってたから。まあ4月にできるから。それはいいんですけど、とことん大谷さん押してますからね。漫画家まで起用して。
Again, a 1-2. Tapped up the first baseline.
リアルのメジャー返せなくて、いや、そのリアルの影響でゲーム遅れるんちゃうか思ったんですけどね。それは大丈夫でした。
Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. Cards forced to settle for 1.
まあでも、給料が全く払われてないらしいんで、選手会が一人に50万円渡すらしいですね。サラリーが入ってこうへん言ってましたよ。小切手で50万円渡します言って。
All right, thanks, Heidi. Now to bat, Leury Garcia, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box.
And for me, this is the side he looks more fluid from. A little more control in his swing, and it seems to lead to more consistent contact than from the right side.
1-0
バイ
the
デン
count.
大谷のせいで。
Now here's the pitch. A ball and a strike.
Swung underneath that pitch, so he was either trying to elevate the ball or he was expecting a pitch to be a sinker and drop more than it did.
And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
Hey, after the double in his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
Just got the corner that time with a fastball, strike 2. Lifted down the line in left. Arenado is over to take a look, and this will wind up a foul ball.
ああ、買いましたか。未来予想図ですね。39だの。
Is laid off and the count runs full.
砂糖。ああ、シュガーですか。
Got him.
ああ、入ってんのかい。スラッガーですね。
Getaway day here on a Wednesday afternoon as you get a look at the upcoming schedule for the weekend and into the first part of next week.
まあ、でも来月はね、来月じゃ今月に選手名鑑がベースボールマガジンに出ますよね。多分18ぐらいに出ると思いますけど。
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Fouled away.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
ベースボールマガジンの方が
And boy, this at bat is not starting off well as he's behind
2月に1回出すんですよね。3月にも出すんですけど。
Fastball just missed above the zone.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next
去年もだいたい2月18ぐらいに出してたみたいなんですよ。で、また3月も同じぐらいにもう1回出してるんですよ。まあ、ベースボールマガジンはあんまり出さないですからね。まあ、唯一ね、スラッガーが2ヶ月おきに出るから。
1-2-3 go the White Sox, and it remains 5-3. Welcome back to the South Side as we check in with Heidi.
今年はメジャー中止でやばいですね。さあ、今回22のワトニーさんがどんな感じなのか。ポニーテールのワトニーさんが出るのか。オーマイガー。
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
For St. Louis, the catcher.
All set for the start of the fourth. And next to hit is the catcher, Tyler Flowers. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball one. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0. Now here it comes.
Yeah, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the game, when guys get count leverage and take fastballs. It's a game of fastballs. You calibrate everything off the heater. Surprising take right there.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
A 3-1 count, tying run on deck. Good spot to be a hitter right now. You have to look for something middle in.
Fouled off.
また持ってかれた。やっぱ飽きませんな、この人。打たれすぎですよ。第1号。これはもう交代ですね。ほんまもうちょい投げてほしいんですけど、さすがにこんだけ打たれると、ちょっと先発としてはきついですな。まだ打線が打ってるからいいんですけどね、これ打ってなかったらやばいですよ。やっぱり打たれましたね。ピッチャーげんこつや。松井さんと同じ背番号じゃないですか。ちょっと前髪が交代しすぎや。ボリビア行きで。フルトン回収で。まあちょっと上げたのは失敗でしたね。抑えれるかと思ってたけど。この人も打たれた。同点ホームラン。いきなり打たれてるし。
Solo shot here to left, his second home run of the game, as we are all tied at 5.
Oh man, he got hurt. His second pitch since coming in, and he serves one up. A reliever's worst nightmare, and a big confidence boost to the lineup. Let's see if he can rebound.
打たれます。いきなりもう自信が半分なくなってますやん。マツコリーグ。まあこのピッチャーもでも気の毒ですよね。いきなり打たれるっていうのはね。
Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that nearly broke our tie, but instead it's a foul ball.
ゴーボリビア言うやろ。あちゃ。
It's going to have to find a way to refocus. Not easy to continue an AB after you just went deep foul.
やっとワンアウト。
And there's one down now.
まさか5点取ってまた5点取られるとは。ロンドンさんも、ロンドンさんね、ロードンさん。この人もほんま先発ちょっと飽きませんな。
From the stretch, here's the pitch, and it's fouled away. A one pitch on its way. ground ball
おーっ
sent back up the
と
middle. He's
シ
got
ョー
it.
トゴロやけ
And
ど
an off-balance
もう間に合っ
throw
た
is in time as he takes one away. Wow. So the next to bat will be Justin Turner. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Heading out towards shallow right. Eaton is under it, and that retires the side.
香港さんの何が悪いんや
So two
香
runs
港
come
さん
across here, both coming via the solo home run. To the bottom of inning number 4 we
ロー
go,
ドン
and
あ
we
か
are
ん
all
な
tied
ロー
5
ドン
to 5.
漢字で書くとまた変な
Just
漢字
about
ですね
set to go for the last of the fourth, but before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the White Sox offense with their manager in between innings. And overall, he's
結
really
構よう
happy
見
with
た
the
ら
at-bats they're
髪の
putting
毛も
together.
細か
He
く
cited
表
their
現さ
low
れてるんです
chase
ね
rate or percentage of swings that are on pitches outside of the strike zone as one reason for their success so far in this game. That number is under 20% right now. So up and down the lineup, they're doing a great job of picking on pitches they're more likely to do damage with.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. First offering. And he connects with it.
Oh.
This one's hit deep out to left center field.
あら入った
And goodbye.
ま
This
た
one
もや
ain't
勝
coming
ち
back.
越し相手のピッチャーも悪いですねこれやたら打たれてる
It's a solo home run for Jose Abreu. 7 home runs for him on the year now, and this one gives him the lead at 6-5.
まあ打線がよう打ちますな
How about the work the lineups have been doing so far, fellas?
Yeah, Matt, you know what, D-Roll, we got up this morning for this day game here. We were expecting a high-scoring game, but boy, we haven't been disappointed.
Yeah, you take the temperature of a lot of guys in the league, they definitely will tell you they see the ball better in the daytime than they do at night. Case in point, today, the ball was just jumping off the bats of both lineups.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. Lifted the
お
other
ー
way
し
down
ゃ
to
ー
left
レ
field
フト
line.
誰もおらん
And the Sox keep pouring it on. This is extra bases as well. The relay, and he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
乱打戦になってますキムチ
The next batter will be Luis Robert. As he'll
で
take
ま
a look
だ
at ball
先
one.
発続投
Couple
で
of
す
RBIs for him already, and a chance
球
for more
数
here.
はまあマシやけど打たれまくってますよねカルロス・マルティネスさんですか
That evens it up 1-1. Has a look, now the pitch. And he fouls this one off. Another one sent foul.
I'll tell you right now,
まあ
he let
こ
go
う
of
いう
that
試合
one
は
and
ま
he
た
wanted to pull
面
it
白いですけ
back.
どね
That was a hanger, bad spot over the heart of the plate. He's lucky. He's lucky that's getting sent
おー
back
っ
to him.
と
1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice.
た
It's
またま
2-2.
が
I don't blame the pitcher one bit for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the entire arsenal open to him. So we'll see what pitch he
Oh,
comes with
top.
next.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The 2-2 one more time is looked at, and the count moves full.
You can certainly tell at bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed and execute the
Oh.
plan.
Fouled away. Grandal stands at second with no outs.
おー
And
外
he
れた
misses there for ball 4, so runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Well, some might say a walk there is okay because you've got first base open, but he's been struggling out there. And if you're going to
ああ
work
つい
around
に
hitters,
交代で
you
す
don't want to work around hitters in the bottom of the lineup.
Here comes the Cardinal manager up out of the dugout out to the mound.
まあこんだけ
And
打
we're
た
gonna
れ
have
たら
a
飽き
pitching
ませんよ
change
ね
as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll beat an early retreat here this afternoon as he could never really get into the flow of the ball game. Adam Wainwright answers the call from the pen here in the fourth as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter.
5.65
Nick Madrigal will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here.
また球種が多いですな。
From the belt, kicks and deals. Here it comes, 1-0. Hit hard.
ああ、下抜ける。
And that is a fair ball as this one's heading for the left field
ああ、
corner.
さすがにランナーか。
Get it in here to hold that runner.
足が遅いですかね。
Well, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to hook that one right into
ダ
left
イン
field
グ
for
ラ
a
イト
base
さん。
hit.
Yeah, he got the bat head out right there, Dan, and was able to get
ダイングライトといえば明日発売ですよね。ダイイングライト2。
Stepping in now, Danny Mendick. As Wainwright's able to jump ahead of him.
あれもなんか売れそうな感じですよね。
Bats for him at this point in the ball game.
しかも日本語吹き替えあるらしいですからね。
Wainwright comes set, coming at it with the 0-1. And he takes this one high.
あ、そうなんですか。あれはあれで根強いファンが多そうです。
If you're on the mound right here, you got to trust your catcher and execute. You know who's coming up to the plate.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
あの球やばいですね。やたら落ちる。よっしゃー、取るんかい。
Well, this is speared by the first baseman.
うまいこと取りましたな。
The right fielder, number 12, Adam Eaton.
Bases are loaded here with 1 away. And the next to bat is speedy Adam Eaton. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. The 1-0 home.
うわー、低いな。低めいっぱいですか。うわっと。真ん中入ってきた。
Both teams with 8 hits in this one. This is
よっしゃ、打った打った打った打った。これはええとこ打った。2点タイムリー。
Usually a hitter will shorten his swing with 2 outs, but not this guy. He puts a big charge into this one.
これはまたライト横へ。
That can be frustrating as a pitcher when you had a guy on the ropes and you couldn't finish him off, especially when he drives in runs.
Standing in now, Leury Garcia, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
まだまだチャンスが広がっております。ああ、取り寄った。ああ、チャータッチプレー。今のよう取りましたね。
So here's the cleanup hitter, Eloy Jimenez. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on the board already. They've absolutely come out and forced the issue.
Wow.
And the third baseman makes a play. That ends the inning. So 3 runs on 4 hits here, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. We played 4 full. It's the White Sox 8 and the Redbirds 5. Now at the plate, Nolan Arenado. His career numbers in this matchup, he's 1 for 4.
Nolan Arenado.
さあ、あとは抑えてくれんと。これでまた取られとったらもうキリないですね。
that's right there, and we're even at 1.
Hey, this guy's got an 89-mile-an-hour changeup. There was a time when 89 was a pretty good fastball.
2 balls and a strike to the St. Louis leadoff hitter.
まだ5回ですからね。
Skied into straightaway right after it is eaten. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Now to the plate, here is Paul Goldschmidt, singled in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup, 0-1.
Great execution of that changeup right there. Great arm action. Batter was totally out front on that one.
5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch-out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
At the plate now, Paul DeYoung. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this
完全に蓮舫か。立憲民主党。
A high strike there, and it's 1-1. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. Now the pitch. And strike 3 called as he says, "You got to be kidding me."
ボール臭かったけど入った。
1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. Still looking up at an 8-5 deficit. Bottom of the inning now, and set to go is the rookie first baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
The first baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
Now the pitch. Bullet back up to
ああ、当たりはいいけど真正
Bader
面。
patrolling center makes the play, 1 out. Next to hit is Jose Abreu. He went deep last time up. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Loud contact there, but it's well foul. 8 runs, 9
胸
hits,
に
and no errors so far for the White
あ
Sox.
ちゃ。
And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball.
なんともハレンチな名前が。
And he lays off a pitch down and away. Ball 2. And the 2-1. Hit in the air
よ
down
っし
the
ゃ、
right
ライ
field
ト
line.
行く。抜ける。
He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in.
ライトが取れない
And a little kick around in the
その
corner.
まま三
Around
塁行く。
second. He's on his way to third.
あ、やば。
The relay
大
throw,
危ない。
but he is in there with a triple.
シカゴホワイトハレンチ。今でもセカンドめっちゃ肩良かったですね。今の取ってたやろ。すり抜けていきましたね。あー、取りよった。ピッチャーの当たり結構取るんですよね、これ。これもう1点欲しいですね。
First pitch coming from Wainwright. Abreu on third with 2 out. High in the air down the right field line. And that will end up a foul ball. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
8点取って20点取られる流れや。
All even now, 2-2.
まあ最後までわからんですね。どっちが勝つやら。
Count all the way full to the White Sox center fielder.
When a pitcher's close to working through a quick inning, that's when you really need to grind out some at-bats. He's done a good job of that, and that's really big when you're hitting towards the bottom of the order.
ああ、打ち上げた。残念、点入らず。
Flowers is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out of potential trouble. White Sox leave one. They're on top by 3, 8-5. Leading off the inning, it'll be Tyler O'Neill as they'll look to spark the offense and even things up. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
2 balls and a strike to the St. Louis leadoff hitter.
今落としたやろ。そうなんすか。
You're sitting all over a piece of cheese, and he pulls the string right there. Let's see if the batter makes an adjustment and sits changeup right here.
Ball even at 2-2. Here's the pitch.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter's aboard to start the 6th.
いきなりアルカス。
Blasted a solo homer last time up. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
All you want is the leadoff man to get on to start a big inning, maybe get a big rally going to claw your way back into this ball game.
キャッチャー取った瞬間に足元に白いもん見えたぞ、あちゃ。あ、おっしゃ、ダブルプレー。ああ、落としよった。なんで落とすかな。あちゃ、こっちもセーフ。ショートのエラー。ダブルプレーか思ったらいきなりポロリ。一塁もまたセーフという。3人歩かせてスリーラン。今日このバッター打っとるからね。2回打ってんすよ。これはもう変えとかんと。これはやばい。やばいっすか？なってきましたか？大丈夫そうですか？スリーランチャンス。多分まあ時間的にもうそろそろね、なってもおかしくない時間帯ですね。変えた途端にスリーラン。
Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
Fastball
down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
ああ、そうなんですか。なっとったんですか。たまに収まるときあるんですけどね。やばいときずーっと鳴り出して、さらにやかましくなりますからね。
Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to third, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. From the belt, the pitch, and a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone.
ちょうどインコースにズバッと。ちょっとだけシュート回転してるけど、球でしたね。
time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can
ベイダー卿スターウォーズですか。
To the plate now, Lane Thomas.
うわ惜しい。
And a ball 1-0. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. A ball and a strike.
Yeah, he just wasn't on time right there. Front foot not down in time. Nothing happens before the front foot.
なんとか抑えてもらわんと。
A ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time.
ダブルプレイ。
Second for one. On the
よっしゃ。
first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning.
耐えましたね。
Still looking up at an 8-5 deficit. Alex Reyes enters to do
こ
the
こ
pitching
から
in the
怒
bottom
涛
of the
の
sixth.
4連押し出しや。
Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Nick Madrigal.
このピッチャーま
Pitch
た
on its way.
球種が多いですな。
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those up.
飲んで踊ってんだ。
A ball and a strike.
酔っ払いですか。
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Now the pitch. Way inside with that one.
怪獣ホワイトハレンチのマスコットやろ。なんかカエル男みたい。
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
You could pretty much book it that a fastball's coming. A challenge fastball right here. He cannot allow the 9-hole hitter to get on base.
またフォアボール。
And look
毎
out,
度
that's
で
in
す。
very tight, and it's ball 4.
Now batting. Third
Now it'll be Danny Mendick. His career line against Reyes. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
Now the 0-1. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Two and one count to the pale host leadoff hitter. Reyes features one of the biggest yackers in the
ファー
game.
ボールからの
Curveballs
ダブ
got
ル
a
プレー
ton
が
of
セオ
movement.
リーやから。まあ確かに多いですよね。ああ、ボール臭かったな。 ああ、すくい上げたけど、レフトフライ。だいぶテカテカしてるな。
The right fielder, number 12.
One out for Chicago here in the 6th, and the next to bat is speedy Adam Eaton. First offering on its way. Well outside with the curveball for a ball. Madrigal leads off first with 1 away. Broken back as this ball's hit on the ground. Off balance.
おー、セーフ、セーフ、セーフ。 足の方が速い。完全に打球が止まりましたね、これ。ピッチャー取るんか思ったら、サードに任せて、セーフ言うてくれましたね。これは良かった。
In now, Leury Garcia, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And
うわ、
a very high strike,
お見合い
but
しましたね。
nonetheless, and it's 1 and
まあ、
1.
ピッチャー取った方が早かったように見えましたけどね。からのダブルプレー。 あーって思った。あのカーブがよう落ちるんですね。12カーブ。
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
よっしゃー、ライト前。さすがにホーム行かず。ワンアウト満塁。
Not a bad pitch right there. Off-speed pitch down in the zone. You thought he would set that up pretty well. The previous pitch.
さあ、4番のヒメネスさん。
I really do. He saw that fastball up for show. I think he thought to himself, here comes the off speed.
He's got a hit in 3 at bats.
からのダブルプレー。まあ押し出しでもいいですけど。これまたボール。
Hey, the bullpen needs to step up in this situation. I gotta believe the manager was hoping for way more than this.
Lifted in the air toward the line and right. And this will wind up a foul ball. Bases are loaded here, 1 man out.
おっと。アウトコースに逃げるスライダー嫌なんですよね。おっとカーブ。あのカーブがよう落ちるんです。相当汗かいてますねこの人。おっと。あー、ライトフライか。よっしゃ。まあまあ犠牲フライ。
Obviously, he's hoping for more up there with the bases loaded, but you can't be too upset with the sac fly.
ああ、今日ノーヒット。一塁。モンカダさん。アウトやろ、アウト。ライトフライでアウトでした。
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. High and wide. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Connect there. It's 2-2.
あそこでカーブ。センターフライ。あーっと三振かい。当たらんかった。
Sox get a run here on 2 hits. We're through 6 full. It's the White Sox 9 and the Redbirds 5.
なんかアイコンが出てますね。なんか。
All set for the start of the inning, and that'll bring in Tommy Edman.
ヤクルトうまいですね。
And that's cut on and missed 0-1.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so.
ああ、やばい、打たれた。
Swing line drive. That's going to be trouble. And he will make it there as the Cardinals get a man into scoring position on the leadoff double.
Let's take another look at just a textbook swing right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension through the ball.
Yeah, that's about as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well. Justin Turner is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And another strike. Good fastball under the hands. It's 0-2.
He's had to be sitting out over that outer half of the plate. For him to take those first two pitches right there, find himself 0-2, I'll be surprised if the pitcher doesn't go right back to that spot.
見逃し
Punches
三
him out
振。
looking at the fastball. Justin Turner goes down for the first out in the 7th inning. And that'll bring in Nolan Arenado.
ああ、やばい。
Swing and a missile sent
こ
out
れ
to
はや
center
ばい
field.
ですよ。
Going back is the center fielder. Gone.
入った。あーちゃー、入ってもうた。取ったんか思ったら入ってますやん。
Two-run shot to straightaway center. Number 11 for him on the season as this lead has been sliced down to 2.
もうちょっとタイミング良かったらフェンス登ってたんですけどね。立ち止まってジャンプして持ったから。なんか変な感じでしたね。タイミングがおかしかったです。
So now to the plate, Paul Goldschmidt as he'll send a ground ball down to third. Throw gets him 2 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Paul.
Now to the plate, Paul DeYoung. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
And he fouls this one off.
まあでもじわじわ追いついてきてますね。よっしゃ。
Struck him out again, I should say, his third punch out of the game. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run
アレ
home
ナ
run.
ドさん。
Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the White Sox 9 and the Cardinals 7. John Gant gets the call from the pen to take the ball for the home 7th. Last half of the 7th here, and digging in with the veteran DH, Jose Abreu. First pitch on its way.
これはでももうちょっと点取っとかんとやばいですわ。
Fouled away.
あれがストライク。1個外れてるんですけど。ああ、これはか。あら、ブツブツタイム。
Up next for Chicago, the catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
Now into the box, Yasmani Grandal.
そろそろやばいですかね。
He's hitting .429.
あまりにもやかましかったら切りますわ。
Good curveball there. Clipped the outside black for a called strike.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
0-1, here it comes. Bases are empty, 1 man out.
まあもうでも1時間14分やから激しくなってもおかしくない時間帯です。ああ、そうなんですね。まああんまり うるさかったら言ってくれたら切りますわ。これはやばいっていうレベルやったら。お、あ、やばいっすか。もうやばそうっすか。ああ、これはあかん。これはあかん。切りますわ。まあ、これで多分ね、切ると収まるんですよ。収まるけどね、ゲーム音が消えるというね。で、これ治らないんですよ、また。これがクセモンでね。だから一回ボイチャを切ったら、ブツブツは消えるんですけど、で、またボイチャ入れ直すと、ゲーム音が戻らないっていう。これが厄介でね。もう音を想像してもらわんとダメですね。音。これがね、なんか、最近多いんですよ。まあだから22からはもうね、完全 PS5 でやった方が無難ですよね。あー、取り寄った。うわお。ダブルプレイ会。やりますな。うん。やっと8回ですね。まあ最後は抑え出すんで。あとはこの回を抑えれるのかどうか。2点差が怖いですね。このピッチャーめっちゃ球速いですね。101マイルって書いてましたよ。あーと、うん、めっちゃ速いですね。その代わりスライダーチェンジが86マイルぐらいっていう、かなり速さが極端ですよね。おっと、 あー、打たれた。ベイダーさんも今日当たってますからね。おーっと。あー、やばい。切り替わった。よいしょ。102マイル投げてますよ。めっちゃ速いですね。おーっと。振り遅れてはる。おー、102マイル。これは速いですね。おーっと。振り遅れ。さすが160超えですな。ストレートと分かってても、振り遅れるという。チャップマンさんみたいですね。さあ、これで、抑えもやっといて。うん。うわっと。ああ、振ってもうた。おー、抜ける。3安打猛打賞。当たってますね、今日は。あーっと。あーっと。ポロリポロリ。よいしょ。ポロリンチョですな。これはボール。まあ、スライダーとストレートが多いですね。うわあ、真ん中スライダー。たまにシンカー来るんですけど。おーっと、これはボール。 ちょっと入ったようにも見えたんですけど、なんとかボールでしたね。あー、高いけど入ってんかい。うわ、ギリギリですね。おっと。これまたボール。あのスライダーが結構曲がるんですよね。あー、ボールや。完全なボールだわ。あーっと。あー、また入ってんかい。高いように見えたんすけど。いやー、ほんまのどっちでもいいぐらいの球ですね。うわー、ボールやろ。見逃してもストライクがありますからね。おーっと。これはボール。おーっと。よっしゃー、取るんかい。あーちゃー、セカンド取りましたわ。抜けるんか思ったら。やりますな。さあ、最終回。うん。この人ね、球速いからいいんですけどね。見てるとでも、左の方がバッター得意みたいですね。さあ、抑えのヘンドリックスさん。防御率 0.55 ですからね。セカンド空気をかなり安定した抑えですよ。うん。なかなか安定してますね、この人は。よっしゃ。あれはボール球やけど振ってくれましたね。おー。これぐらい抑えてくれると安心ですよね。ああ、抜けていった。 おお、怖っ。よいしょ。さあ、あとワンアウト。けど、4番のゴールドシュミットさん、怖いですね。当たれば飛んでいきますからね。ああ、間違った。おお。おっしゃ。ライトフライ。よいしょ。やっぱり抑えてくれましたね。さすが抑え。いやー、乱打戦を制しましたね。いやー、すごい試合してましたね。まあ、先発がもう打たれまくってましたからね。うん。あんだけ打たれるとちょっと先発としてはきついですね。結局、防御率 6.75 めっちゃ悪いですね。うん。まあ、これでまた勝って、ああ、カーディナルスに3立てしてますやん。やりますね。これはでかいですね。あちゃー。次がオリオールズですね。これが終わってやっと6月ですか。いや、3立てはでかいですね。ああ、この後また、インディアンスですか。で、阪神4連戦と。いやー、まだまだ長いですね。ああ、でも、インディアンスと並びましたね。ついに。で、ロイヤルズが1ゲーム差。これはまた入れ替わる可能性ありですね。いい感じですね。あとは直接対決で勝ち越したらさらにね、感じですけど。あら、ナショナルズ C ですね。マーリンズが最下位。感じですね。広島も1位ですね。パドレス、ドジャース。貯金が7。あとはこのオリオールズ4連戦ですよね。まあでもオリオールズも意外と強いんでね。相変わらず最下位。マイアミマーリンズ。 オリオールズって3位なんですね。最下位じゃないんですね。レイズが最下位っていうのはまた変な感じですけど。あちゃ、何があったんでしょうね、オリオールズ。さあ、終わりますか。はい、お疲れ様でした。さあ、では。